Hey guys, welcome to my very first home. Today we're going to be doing a whole tour of my new home that I just purchased. This is a 1,200 square foot fixer-upper in the Portland metro area, and I'm going to show you guys how it looks at the very beginning because as of tomorrow it's not going to look like this ever again. So come on inside. I'm going to give you a full home tour, empty house tour. So this is the main room when you enter inside. This is one of my favorite parts of the house is that it's pretty open with this cathedral ceiling here. As you can tell, we are just starting to get ready to fix a bunch of things up. We've got paint splotches on the walls because this whole thing is going to be painted white, which is going to look way better. You can also come inside and notice my favorite little ceiling feature, the popcorn ceiling. This is one of our first projects that we're going to do to really like clean up the look of the interior, and also without any of my stuff inside, it's going to be way better. I love that this place has a skylight. I'm filming this really late at night, like right before sunset, so it looks pretty dark in here now, but in the daylight, it's super nice to have some natural light beaming in. The ceiling will also be white to match the walls, so I'm really excited to show you guys that part. My other big change that we're going to be doing that's going to start tomorrow is adding some more lighting. So we've got these two lights here heading out to the back patio, and these are my least favorite lights ever. Dead bulbs, and they don't provide enough light in the second half of the room, which is going to be my main entertaining space. So hopefully we're going to get we're going to get really 8 lights put in. 4 here on this side of the beam, and then 4 in the back section. And hopefully it's gonna lighten up the space a ton. I'm super excited because I'm gonna also get my couch right here, and it's gonna be a lovely L-shaped couch to be able to hold all of my friends because I love to entertain. And we've got some really cute windows. These windows are pretty new, so I'm probably not gonna do anything with the windows. And my favorite part about the windows is that it really opens up to like this foresty look. It's so Oregon to me, and I grew up here, so I love looking at the trees, and I think they're so beautiful. So it'll be really nice just to every day look outside to some greenery. We got hardwood floors in here already, so eventually these might be cleaned up a little bit or lightened up a little bit, but I do really like that there is no carpet anywhere in this house. It's one of my favorite features, and I think the molding also looks super nice and clean, so that's something that I will be keeping. And then over here, you'll notice we've got the fireplace. As you can tell, we're starting our construction, so you kind of have to use your imagination, but I have a gas fireplace. We're probably gonna make some changes here. I'm envisioning some white brick and maybe painting over this gold just to, for the time being, make it a little bit more sleek. But we've got all of our canned lighting that we're gonna start to install tomorrow, which is gonna make a huge difference in the space. And the reason that we're doing that first is because we're gonna have all of the ceilings re-drywalled, so that way we can destroy the ceilings, put the lights in, and then all the drywall guys can come in and make everything look super clean. That is the living room space. Now I'm gonna show you the rest of my house so my dad can get to work taping things up and getting it all ready for tomorrow. I also have my volcano candle burning right here because we're trying to make it smell like my house, not the previous owner's home. We're gonna move on to the rest of the house, this next section. This part takes us out to the back patio. I might show you guys this right now before the kitchen. I love that we have a nice patio space. The house is actually really centered on the lot. So I kind of have like a backyard and then a front yard and multiple side yards. I want to have a nice table to entertain people here. Also, really hoping to add a window here that will open up into the kitchen. So that is on my wish list. And there's a lot to do with this space. This takes you to the garage, and then over here is another really large space that's kind of a side yard. We've got a tiny little picnic bench here, but ultimately this will have pavers in it and be a whole side patio. This part actually faces south, so it gets a ton of sunlight here. So I would love to do like a fire pit situation. And then we also have some windows here already because we are planning on adding some windows to the garage. Because if you guys have been following me for a while, you'll know that I am a big skier, and so the garage is going to be like a second workspace for me because I want to be able to set up a place to wax my skis and store all my gear. But I would love to have some good lighting, and since since this wall is south facing, it'll be super nice to get windows in here to kind of heat that space as well. So these are some windows that my friend brought over for me to test out. We have this really gross looking air conditioning, but you guys, this thing is still kicking and it makes the house ice cold. It is very rare. This house is actually built in 1969, and in this particular area, a lot of these original homes do not have air conditioning. So the fact that I have this is actually kind of a gift. I'm gonna use it until it dies on me one day, and then we'll get a new one. We knew in the home inspection that it did work, and it was also very old, so we'll probably have to do some maintenance on that, but for now we're gonna take it as a win. And it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna finish up the rest of this backyard and then we're gonna head back inside. This is the other section of the backyard. The owner loved plants and did a really nice job with a lot of different plants, so I'm gonna have to get into some gardening stuff because I don't know what a lot of these are, but I think it already looks pretty good. As you can tell, there's not like grass out here because there's so many trees that this is mostly just moss on the ground. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna fill it in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna turf. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this space, but if you have some landscaping ideas, please comment them down below because I'd love some inspo. I love this rock outline that she has around all the trees already, so I'll probably just end up adding maybe some more greenage to these areas and then do something in this middle section. I am envisioning a nice little hammock right here because I got a lot of trees that would be perfect for that. We are envisioning that. This space goes back pretty far. There's a lot of space back here. I have a nice hose here, and yeah, there's just like a lot of potential, and it wraps all the way around to the front of the house, which I'm not going to show you guys for privacy reasons. There's a cute little white picket fence over there, which is so perfect, and I love the front look of the house. I wish I could show you guys because it's adorable to me, and it's part of the reason why I fell in love with this space. As you can tell though, I am fully surrounded by all these trees. Like, this is literally my dream. It is so beautiful to be like in this little paradise, and I think that was the main selling point of the house for me. Let's go back inside because it is starting to rain and I need to clean off the lens. Back inside to the beige paradise. I cannot wait for this to all be white because as you can tell, it's so yellow in here, but it's gonna look so nice when it's all white. Okay, let's go to the kitchen. This is probably the house that needs the most work, that's gonna be pushed out the longest, but it's gonna be a nice test of my patience, and we're gonna get creative on how to survive with it because it needs a lot of work. This is the kitchen. Obviously the flooring will go. This is the only place where hardwood floors do not exist in this kitchen. And ultimately, so you guys know the dream, I'm gonna be removing this part of the wall so that it opens up to the living room space, and taking the fridge and putting it on the back wall, and then this entire back wall will be able to have more cabinet space for storage, and the fridge will all be there. And then ultimately like a little breakfast nook here with a table and a window. That's the vision. Obviously it's gonna take a bit to get there. This will eventually be like an island space with a couple seats. This is probably a structural beam, so we might have to keep like one singular portion of this for the structure, but for the most part, there will be a large opening in here to open up the space. The owner left me this iconic chicken shelf. I mean, when I went to go tour this house, I counted over 75 different chicken images in this kitchen. So it feels kind of special that I have 2 left. They're probably not gonna last very long for me personally, but it did make me smile when I walked in. Here is the kitchen. Obviously an original kitchen. Storage is very minimal. One of my least favorite findings of this kitchen was the fact that, you know, they didn't really have Costco back in the day, so it's really hard to fit things like olive oil. You have to like swoop it in, and this is one of the few shelves it would fit on, and obviously I don't really want my olive oil there. That's gonna be a project for another day. As you can tell, I'm not really moved in. I just kind of put a couple spices and things in the kitchen. I will say some nice features of the kitchen. This countertop, it's like brand new, and it's pretty nice and clean, as well as a new kitchen sink and new faucet. So love that. I love that I have a window above the sink because it's really nice to look outside. We'll just have to be patient with the rest of it. There's no dishwasher as well. That was a fun detail that my mom noticed that I did not notice until I purchased the home. All things that will come in time with the kitchen remodels. I'm gonna hopefully work really hard and save up some money to be able to redo this at an affordable price. We will see, but I have the basic things like a fridge, a stove, my microwave. This is kind of where I've just been keeping all these goodies that I have. My sweet gift from my realtor when I bought the house. Other thing that our drywall friends are going to be doing is removing of this fun peanut butter texture. I don't know who thought this was a nice idea, but it's the only place in the house that the texture is like that, and it's really weird and especially unpractical for cooking purposes, because like if you're splattering spaghetti sauce over there, like I don't want to clean that off. We're gonna head back through the main living room space. I have this nice little entryway, and then we head into our hallway. This is our guest bathroom. This bathroom is gonna get a full remodel. I already have a mirror, a new light, and a whole new vanity, as well as new fixtures. So this is all gonna be gold, and this will all be painted white. I have a gorgeous gold shower head situation. That's gonna look really nice in here, but honestly, bathroom is not too bad. Like, this is real tile, and then the tub is an insert, and it's pretty clean and new. And then, as you can see, more paint swatches. I think this is the color that we're gonna end up going with. We just painted it everywhere. I have this nice little coat closet. It's pretty skinny, but you know, in Oregon, you always have jackets, so it'll be really nice to store stuff in there. And then we come to this split in the hallway. So this goes into my bedroom. This is gonna be an office, and then this room over here is gonna be the guest room. In the middle of all three, we have this awesome, I'm gonna call it a linen closet. That's what I'm planning on using it for. It's gonna be great. Look at all this storage. I am so excited to have a place for all my stuff because I'm coming from a 533 square foot apartment. So this is gonna be really exciting. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this. If I'm gonna paint it the same white, if I wanna paint it something different, if I wanna add handles. Let me know what you guys think down below. Obviously everything else here will be white, so I wonder if I should just keep it and add handles and see what I think, and then paint it white later if I don't like it. And then we're gonna show you guys the guest room. This room actually gets a ton of light during the morning, so it's pretty nice. It's just a good square guest room space. I'm really excited to set this up for my friends to have a place to stay. And then this is access to the crawl space down there. And then something that you'll probably notice is the hardwood floors are actually different in the bedrooms versus the rest of the house. These hardwood floors are the original hardwood floors that came with the house. And then we're gonna go to the office here. The owner asked if I wanted to keep this here. I said yes. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or not. You know, to furnish a whole house is expensive and timely. So I was like, more storage, sure, we'll just keep it in here for now. She also left me this nice mirror. So we've got a little mirror in here. I don't know if this will stay or not. I am planning on putting my desk here so I can have a little workspace. I also have my tiny couch from my apartment, and I'm thinking I'm probably gonna put that in here and just make this like a little sunroom sitting workspace. And then we're gonna exit this room and we're gonna go over into my room. So here is my room. This room actually gets a lot better light later in the day, which is interesting. I have already purchased new fixtures for all of these bedrooms because that one is not it. And the light it produces is really jarring. But this is my room in general. I have a closet built in already, which is really nice. My dad has this all kind of set up because we want our electrician to be able to access all of the attic space. So I have another access point right up there. I don't know how I'm gonna quite lay out the space, but I have a feeling I'm gonna place my bed right here so that in the morning I can just wake up and look out the window at all these beautiful trees. And then I'll probably end up putting a little dresser here. So here's the back wall. And then here is the other bathroom that's attached to my bedroom. So this is the primary bath. It's very small. This is our other project that I am thinking of working on a full remodel for. I have already ordered new vanity, new mirror, new lights, but this shower, you guys, is not my favorite. This door is just a little bit grody in here, so we are thinking of tiling this. I have a whole Pinterest board. This bathroom reno will be really cool and really special to me because I would love to have this done before I move in. So we will see. If we tile this all out, I will probably end up tiling this floor. I don't hate this linoleum, but I'd rather have it be tiles. That's the plan for that. Doug's gonna help me. My dad, he's very handy. He's gonna remake some shelves that actually fit this alcove. So there's a lot of plans for this bathroom. It has a nice little window. Also, you may notice this fun thing that I didn't notice until a couple days ago. There's no door to this bathroom. I didn't notice until I was actually like standing in here with someone else being like, oh, no door, no privacy. That's a little weird to me, but we found the door. It's actually in the garage, but it's not attached here. So we're probably gonna add the door back in so that we can have a little bit more privacy. Speaking of the garage, I forgot to show you guys the garage. So let me show you what the garage looks like. That's our final part of our tour. It's a 2-car garage, which is amazing because it has so much storage, which you're about to see because everything I own pretty much is inside of it right now. So I officially moved out of my apartment and I just threw everything into this dungeony looking garage. But it's a 2-car garage. It's also the home to my washer and dryer. Got a nice water heater and some more storage, but this is gonna get a big change as well because we're gonna have this whole wall and this whole wall actually sheetrocked, so it looks a little bit nicer, because eventually the goal is to epoxy the floor, seal this whole thing up, and make it like a second room and have all my ski stuff in the back wall perfectly organized with awesome windows and everything inside. That is the current plan. This is a little sneak peek of the vanity that I got for my bathroom. We're making it all work and I'm very excited for it all to come together, and I cannot wait to bring you guys along on this journey because it's gonna be so many fun projects that will hopefully make the space really feel like home. It's exciting because it's my first home and you only get your first home once. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the tour and liked seeing the inside of the empty house. I love watching videos like this because it's so cool to see it transform. I had to film this tonight because I was like, I'll never be able to see this home ever like this again, and I hope to show my future children one day like what the house looked like before we ever did anything to it. So it's very cool to see, as much as it's like a little bit chaos to live with everything like in a million different places, it is such a special experience to be able to like work on a space that is mine and that I own. And I am so grateful to be 27 years old and doing this and have an awesome dad who's incredibly mechanical helping me with all of this stuff too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more of this content unfold. And today's question of the day is going to be, what do you think I should do to this house? Do you have any suggestions of ways to keep it affordable? Lessons that you learned maybe with your own home, landscaping tips? I'm here for it all. So leave a comment down below and I will be sure to read them all and get back to you as well. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys in the next video when more of this excitement is going down.
And every year we're expected to show all the things that we were able to grow. When you're making half the money but the cost is double. Quiet life of desperation, but it ain't gonna make me too much longer. Been working too hard for this shit to not